It's usually a pleasant thing to bring a child into the world. They are so cute and adorable. Some people even spend hours watching videos of cute babies on Instagram every day. In the animal kingdom, things don't work the same way. Today, we are going to show you how 10 special animals look giving birth. Don't get me wrong, the babies are adorable too. However, each animal has a distinct way of giving birth. And interestingly, babies can come from the male or the female, depending on the species. On a lighter note, we humans should learn from this and end every argument on gender roles. Let's take a look at how these 10 special animals look giving birth. Giraffes. 9 months seems like an awfully long time to have a child growing in your belly. Well, for female giraffes, 9 months will probably feel like nature cutting them some slack. The giraffe has a gestation period of 15 months, and the long growing period makes it possible for the calves to be developed enough to get up a few hours after birth. This is definitely a necessary skill, considering the fact that giraffes share that same savanna habitat with many hungry predators, and they don't mind having a calf for lunch. Newborn calves enter the world like Superman, literally. Well, not with a cape and incredible strength, but with their front legs and head first. Because of their unique style of entrance, the giraffe mother has to give birth to the calf standing to prevent the neck of the newborn from snapping. It also helps them by snapping the short umbilical cord and tearing the amniotic sac. Fun fact, the shock from the landing stimulates the little calf to take its first breath. Isn't that amazing? Suriname toad. Take a moment to imagine an alien giving birth in the most bizarre way possible. You are probably squeezing your face in disgust, right? Well, your mind doesn't need to go so far to get a clear image of a bizarre birthing scene. A Suriname toad is also known as pipa pipa and is a species of frog found in the subtropical or tropical forest. But that isn't what interests us about the Suriname toad. When the Suriname toad wants to mate, the male toad makes a snapping sound that attracts the female toad. If the first date is a success, they plan to have a second date. During the second date, the male toad climbs the back of the female toad and holds tight, because the female toad takes him on a rodeo with a series of flips and somersaults. After a while, the female toad will release eggs onto the stomach of the male, and he will fertilize them, after which the eggs will fall back into the holes of the female's back. The pregnancy lasts for about 12 to 20 weeks. Then the young Suriname toad escapes from the back of their mother. Those kids definitely get under their mother's skin. Cichlids. It is one thing to give birth from your back, but nature has a way of testing your imagination. The cichlid is a family of freshwater fishes that are colorful and entertaining. Aquarium hobbyists also like them very much because they are relatively easy to breed in captivity. Besides their attractive color, you should know that a cichlid is a mouth brooder. Yes, they incubate their young ones in their mouth. The whole process is quite impressive. First of all, the male will consistently chase the females and attempt to lure the female to a flat rock or sandy spawning area, which he has dug. If he is a charmer and successfully seduces her, they will begin to swim in circles, and she will be enticed to lay her eggs. After she lays her eggs, she immediately attempts to scoop them up in her mouth. Every male cichlid has egg spots on his rear fin. While the female is scooping her eggs, the male shakes these spots in a bid to make the female think they are some of her eggs. When she attempts to scoop the fake eggs, the male cichlid will fertilize the eggs in her mouth. That is where the eggs will stay until they are born. Seahorse. You've probably seen a seahorse on Nat Geo Wild or somewhere, and I'm sure you know they don't neigh. You probably also know that these aquatic animals have a unique characteristic. If you don't know, I will let you in on a little marine secret. Amongst seahorse and their relatives, the pipefish, it is the male that gives birth. the whole process is beautiful and captivating. The males and females dance around each other and wave their wings rapidly. They continue this ceremony-like dancing for days before they finally decide to mate. When they find partners they like, I'm guessing based on who had the best dance moves on the dance floor, the female seahorses swim to the surface and put their eggs into the male's pouch. Once the eggs are secure, the male will add their sperm and shuts the pouch for the eggs to develop into baby seahorses. After about 20 days, the male will open the pouch and squeeze out all the babies. They shoot out their newly hatched newborns quickly and spectacularly. Fun fact, a seahorse can give birth to more than 1,000 babies at once. However, only 1 or 2 will survive to become adults. Cuckoo Catfish. While most mothers are excited and joyous to have their own children, the cuckoo catfish isn't like that. The cuckoo catfish is a deadbeat parent that leaves the responsibility of childcare in the hands of another. That's quite cuckoo if you ask me. Remember how some fish have nurseries in their mouth? Well, the cuckoo catfish takes advantage of that to get the cichlid to incubate its eggs. You're probably wondering how the cuckoo is able to get its egg into the cichlid's mouth, right? Well, after the cichlid lays its egg and is about to scoop them up in its mouth, the riotous catfish sneaks up on the cichlid. Amongst the chaos, the cuckoo catfish lays her eggs in the same spot the cichlid laid her egg. The cichlid is deceived that those are her eggs and scoops them. What a contrast in parental values. Unfortunately, the young cichlids begin to hatch just about the same time the catfish embryos need to feed. Mares. Cowboys in the Wild West make horse riding seem very cool, and horses are majestic animals. However, the birth process of this majestic animal is far more amazing. Typically, a mare gives birth to a foal that's approximately 10% of her weight, regardless of her breed. So, if the mare weighs 1,500 pounds, the foal will weigh 150 pounds. That's quite a burden to bear. But despite that, the birth is usually a quick process, and the mother is back on her feet in no time. The foal is left behind. A few hours later, the foal can stand and eventually run. This seemingly quick development is a result of the 11-month gestation period, which allows the foal to be fully grown before birth. Octopus. Do you remember Paul, the octopus from Germany? The one that predicted the outcome of all 7 matches in the 2010 World Cup? Even though there is no scientific backing to how Paul predicted the result of the games, octopuses have been known to be intelligent problem solvers with an extensive nervous system. However, the octopus approaches its last days after it reproduces. After a female octopus clutches its eggs, it stops eating anything and begins to die slowly. During that time, the female octopus incubates the eggs, and once the eggs start to hatch, she dies. The father doesn't get off any easier. After mating, the females often kill and eat their mate, and if the male somehow escapes being eaten by the female, they die a few months later. Octopuses really take their "till death do us part" vows seriously. So baby octopuses have to grow up without parents, and very few survive to become adults. Elephant. Just like every mammal, the largest mammal on Earth also gives birth. Female elephants can mate until they reach the age of 50. They also give birth every 5 years and have a gestation period of about 23 months. When the calf is finally ready to come out, they can weigh between 200 to 300. Unlike most animals, the elephant doesn't give birth in just a few pushes. The labor can last for several days. In the wild, elephants are known to delay their labor till night. Some people believe it is because the night provides an environment that is usually more peaceful and undisturbed. Within hours after birth, the calf can stand, and a few hours later, the newborn calf is able to walk. Elephants have a unique way of welcoming their newborns. They raise their trunks up and begin to trumpet. That is definitely a cool birth ceremony. That's it! Thanks for watching. Please let us know what your favorite animal was on this list. Also, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos.